Okay, guys, we are going to go over some of the problems in this do now. So let's go to this first row and we'll take a look in the middle. And I have 16.5 is equal to 3z. Now this is a review of just a one-step equation, and I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3, dividing both sides by 3. So when I do 16.5 divided by 3, I'm going to get 5.5. So I have 5.5 equals z, or z equals 5.5. And I know you guys tell me my 2's look like z's, but this is definitely a z. Let's take a look at the second row here. And here we have a couple of two-step equations. So I'll go ahead and just do the third one. I'm going to do minus 12 on both sides. So I'm left with 64a is equal to, and then I have 20 minus 12 is equal to 8. So I'm going to get a really crazy decimal here, I'm assuming. I do 8 divided by 64, and I'm going to get a equals, let's see, 8 divided by 64, a equals 0.125. So here my answer is a equals 0.125. And we'll take a look at this second row, this third row, and we will do the middle problem of the third row, okay? So this is my sort of invisible -1 here that I need to distribute to what's inside the parentheses. So when I distribute the -1 to what's inside the parentheses, I'm going to get negative 3b plus, because I have -1 times -10 plus 10 equals 100. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. I'm going to get negative 3b equals 90. If I divide both sides by -3, I'm going to get b is equal to negative 30. Okay. So we did these first 3 problems, and now I want you to take a few minutes on your own to pause the video and do the rest of this page. Great. Now we're going to take a look and we're going to do at least one problem in each of these columns. Okay, and so let me go over here to this third one, because I have a feeling some of us are going to get a little confused that we have this big division problem. So I have 144z is equal to 12, and I want to divide both sides by 144. So I will get z is equal to, and when I do 12 divided by 144, I'm going to get 0.083. Or if I get 12 divided by 144, I could also simplify that. Z is equal to 1 over 12, because 12 goes into 144 12 times. So your answer is either going to be 0.083 or 1 over 12. Let's take a look over. We'll just go right below to this distributive property problem. I'm going to distribute the 5 to the 12 and to the -4a. And so I'm going to be left with 60 minus 20a is equal to -20. I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides, minus 60. So I have -20a is equal to -80, because when I have -20 and I take 60 more away, I'm looking at -80, because it just becomes more negative. Divide both sides by -20, divide both sides by -20, and I have a is equal to +4, because -80 divided by -20 is negative divided by negative, gives me a positive. All right, and we'll go down here and take a look at one of these more complicated distributive property equations here. So we'll take a look here. And so first I have to distribute the 16 to the 3f, n to the negative 4. So I have 16 times 3 is equal to 48f minus, and then I have 16 times 4 is equal to 64. Whoops, 64. In fact, I'm going to write this a little neater because I need it to be a little more space. Okay, so I have 48f minus 64 equals, and then on this other side, I'm going to do this other side in red. I have my invisible negative 1 here, so I'm going to distribute that. So it's going to equal negative 2f minus 1. Okay, so now I have a decision to make. I need to isolate the f, which means I need to get the f on one side of the equation. And for me, I think it's going to be easy to go ahead and add 2f to both sides. If I add 2f here and I add 2f here, I'm going to get 50f minus 64 equals negative 1. And then I can add 64 to both sides. And so that's going to give me 50f is equal to 63, because when I add that 64 to the negative 1, it cancels out. Okay, and so now I'm left with, I'm going to bring it over here just because I ran out of room. So I have 50f plus 63. So I am going to divide both sides by 50, divided by 50. I'm left with f is equal to 63 over 50. All right, and if I do that, 63 divided by 50, I'm going to get f is equal to 1.26. You could also do f is equal to 13 over 1 and 13/50ths, because you can't really simplify 13 over 50. All right, so that's the other three that we're going to practice on these page. Take a few minutes right now on your own to do the rest.